Hey y'all, I'm mad, real mad, and you're not gonna believe it, but it's not even at Lester, it's at Dutch, from Keeping It Dutch, and his wife. That's right. So y'all know, a few months ago, Sean from Keeping It Dutch was here, and he brought us Rocky as a surprise, and he brought me some limed eggs and taught me something really cool, right? Great. Well, apparently, Sean and Brandy from Keeping It Dutch are on my brain for some reason, because in my dream last night, I was so upset with them that I woke up with the same exact feeling. And I was mad at Lester last night too, but I moved on from being mad at Lester and just directed all my anger to Dutch and his wife. Yeah. So here we were coming home from somewhere, I don't know, and we pull up and all of the doors to the shop are closed. And I thought that was so weird because all of our dogs were outside. And I instantly went to this place of like, Lester, did you close the doors and lock them out? Because their food and water is in there, and that's how we keep them home while we're gone. All we did was go, I think, to the sanctuary. Why are the doors closed? And he looked at me and goes, I didn't close the doors. I didn't close the doors. And then I realized that Sean's truck is here. Now, Sean and Brandy live all the way up in Oklahoma, so it's not like they just swing by. And I'm like, that's weird. Isn't that Dutch's truck? He's like, yeah. What are they doing here? I don't know. So we walk in the house, and I open the shop, and here is Sean and Brandy with like 8 gigantic black dogs. Like the big, hairy, like mastiff, like shaggy black dogs, like giant ones that look bigger than our cows. Like, I don't know why, but they're all in the shop, and 2 of them are standing on the table and they're petting them. They're standing up next to them. They're the same height as them, and they're petting them, and they're like, hey guys, welcome home. We're like, welcome home? What? Hey, what are you doing here? And Lester's like, hey man, good to see you. And goes over and I'm hugging Brandy. I'm like, good to see you. And I'm so perplexed and confused as to why they're here and why there are dogs. And my mind's racing in a place of like, they're going to drop these dogs off with us and ask us to keep them. And I don't have 8 more beds for dogs. We already have 7. And they must have seen my video of the prom dog coming and us being upset and realizing like, hey, we could bring all of these dogs down here. Keep in mind that in real life, Brandy and Sean have like tiny dogs in their camper that they live in their RV that they live in and on their homestead. And I'm so like, I'm furious because I think to myself, like, they must have picked these dogs up and brought them here. Like, I have so many questions. So we get through the niceties and I'm just fuming on the inside. And I can't say it because they're our friends and we do dog rescue, and I'm not mad at the dogs, but I just don't understand, like, why couldn't you just ask? Why couldn't you just say, like, hey, can you help us? Because we'd be more than happy to help, but instead it's a surprise, and you're here, and anyway. So, Lester calls out, you know, hey man, what brings y'all down? And Sean pipes up and goes, well, we had all these dogs and we just thought we'd strap them in and bring them down here because y'all are so good at finding new homes for dogs. And maybe they could help you here with, you know, the things that you have going on. And while I'm here, I'm happy to help you if you have any predator things. And Brandy's like, yeah, we can lime some eggs. And I'm like, I don't have any eggs because I brought Rocky to I'm a Survivor, and Rocky was a rooster who doesn't produce eggs. And like all these things are running through my head. But still, I'm playing along with the game and like, okay, that's cool. Yeah, actually, are y'all hungry? I mean, make dinner? And I'm thinking to myself, like, do I have anything fabulous to make for dinner? Because I'm pretty sure we have frozen burritos, and that's not something really great to make for a guest. Regardless, I press on and I put it on. And I'm like offering drinks and I'm calming down about the dog situation because they're sweet, they're big, and our dogs are meeting them and they seem all healthy and it's okay. I'm over the dog situation. So we're inside the house and we're doing all, the shuffling of just getting home, of unloading bags and boxes and whatnot. And they're kind of standing outside and Lester goes, they're not coming in. Okay. So we go back outside. And that would be when I realized that there's a larger animal in our pasture that they have brought down. Now, I didn't think through the fact that there was no trailer on their truck or anything like that, and didn't think through all of the logistics at this point, because there is an elephant, a full-grown elephant in the pasture with Carl at this point in time. And it's running to us. And Brandy's clapping, she's so excited to see our reaction. Sean is videoing me and Lester literally probably standing here an elephant? Talk about calling out the elephant in the room. I don't know, but this elephant is out here and Carl and Tat are picking things off of the elephant that's in our pasture. And I'm thinking to myself, we don't have a permit for that. What do they eat? I have so many questions. How did it... I just have so many questions at this point in time, and I'm purely shocked. And Sean is giggling behind his camera, and Brandy is clapping up and down like Steph was in that video of Gary. And I am just there's an elephant in our pasture. There's an elephant in our pasture with my ostriches in the pasture. And my mind is just going nuts. And I can see Lester look to me but we just keep on putting it on because we're on camera. We don't even know if we're on live or what's going on. We're just both so shocked. And Lester goes, we should probably go inside and go talk about this. Sean's like, yeah, let's do. And Brandy's all on board with this. And so we go inside, and for some really weird reason, we're no longer inside our little barndominium here. We're now inside my grandma's house on my grandma's couch. My grandma has a very distinct floral couch that's very stiff and hard. And Sean is sitting on the right side of the couch and I'm on the left, and it's a long one, extra long couch. Lester is in the rocking chair, to the left of me, and Brandy is in my grandpa's old rocking chair. And I'm saying this because it's very significant the way we were sitting and all sort of being able to face each other instead of just all lined up on the couch. And Lester has his hand on my leg because we're kind of cornered together, has a hand on my leg, and every time that Sean talks, he squeezes it he can't, we can't say it out loud, but he can't believe what's coming out of his mouth. And Brandy's off in the far corner, just so excited that they really caught us and really surprised us. And I look over and Sean is taking off his clothes, and I'm first of all, we're in my grandma's house, and I don't know how we're in my grandma's house, and I'm very confused by this. But Sean is taking off layers. It's 80 degrees in Texas, and I also don't understand why he has layers on. But here he is with his, do you know what long johns are, or long underwear, thermal underwear are? So he has that on only, and he piles his clothes on the middle of the floor and goes, well, that can be washed by tomorrow, right? I am fuming at this point in time because here they brought us 8 gigantic dogs. They surprised us, closed all the shop doors. Then they brought us an elephant to take care of, which I have no idea how to take care of an elephant. And now Sean wants me to wash his clothes too, and I guess they're staying the night. Oh my God, I'm so mad. So mad. So now I wake up and I roll over to Lester. I'm like, I just had the craziest dream in my whole life. And he goes, I don't know what any of that means. So I'm here to ask you, what does it mean? What does it mean? And for Sean and Brandy, if y'all are coming, could you just announce when you're coming? And you're welcome anytime, but could you just tell us when you're coming and what you're bringing? Because I don't want an elephant. I don't know how to take care of an elephant. And 8 dogs at one time on top of everything else feels like a whole lot of really big dogs. So I'm still mad at you. I'm still mad at you, Dutch. Really, I am. And I'm not going to do your laundry. I mean, I would. But somebody decipher this for me because something's weird.